Hello, fabulous friends and fans. I am your host, Nadiya Shah, and welcome to another location episode of Nadiya Shah Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Well, what a treat for me, actually. It's an honor, it's a treat, it's such a privilege, it's such a pleasure to be here. A place that I have dreamed of for so long. About 2 hours outside of Barcelona is a small town called Figueres. It is Salvador Dali's theater and museum, one time his home. Now, years ago, I actually came across Salvador Dali's work, and I think it does the best of what art should do. His use of psychoanalytic symbols and mythological symbols really inspired me, especially with the work that I do, and awakened my curiosity, and his use of surrealism encouraged me to see the world differently than I ever had before. And I think that's the point of great art, is to make you see the same thing from a completely different perspective. I'm so excited to be sharing this experience with you live from Spain. Salvador Dali. As soon as you enter the theater, you come upon the courtyard, and this is so striking. I've actually been on these premises for a couple of hours now, but I keep coming back to the center, and it's designed in a way to keep bringing you back to the center of the building. With this, as soon as you enter the courtyard, it is so powerful because we come upon a goddess-like figure, and she has chains and tied to a car. This very feminine symbol, speaking to her power as a goddess figure, and yet chained to this very modern, industrialized object. This goddess figure, this supreme womanly figure, very representative of the goddess Europa, chained to a boat. And the boat, you see the symbol of Columbus all over Barcelona and several parts of Spain because they're very proud of Columbus. But at the same time, it's a very powerful symbol for patriarchy. It's a symbol that links accomplishment with the burden of that accomplishment as well. This to me is the absolute best of Dali. So as soon as you come into the museum, you enter a courtyard, and then this is the second part of the courtyard, sort of the entry to the theater. And you come upon this massive work, which is filled with imagery and symbolism that is so evocative of psychoanalytic ideas. So you see that there's a doorway right there under the heart, and that's a symbol you see repeatedly in his work, of the emptiness within us that we can feel no matter what we are like on the. And then you see a tree at the heart, which represents not only our roots, but also the depth to which our love is able to grow. And in this particular image, what we can also see is, what I find very interesting is the use of shading, which speaks to shadows, really. And right in the corner you can see a slumbering figure, which speaks to the unconscious, the part of us that is asleep. you so much for joining me for this episode of Nadiya Shah Productions. I'm so grateful that you watched and celebrated Salvador Dali right along with me, one of the great artistic that ever lived, in my humble opinion anyways, right here on the streets of a small town in Spain. Thank you again for watching. Until we connect again, take care.